Ken, I suppose we have to begin any look at Liverpool right here on the ferry going across the Mersey.
Well, this is it. We say welcome to Liverpool, the greatest city in the world.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this skyline that so many people, even if they haven't been to Liverpool, know so well. The liver bird there, for example. What's the story of the liver bird?
The liver bird is on the crest on our coat of arms. The liver bird is really a mythical bird. It's probably derived from the eagle of the Stanley family, the Earls of Derby and kings, self-styled kings of man. But it's the liver bird is half eagle, half cormorant, and half budgie.
Go on, that's 1.5.
Well, we went metric years ago.
You all seem to spend most of your time, as far as I can see, crossing from one side of the Mersey to the other.
Yes, not always on the ferry, because we have 2 tunnels now. Because we like the Mersey so much we have to cross it twice. Thanks to the Mersey tunnel, Mike, that we're able to take this delightful stroll here, because when they tunnelled all the soil and the rock and the granite and the stuff out of the Mersey tunnel, they brought it here and made this beautiful Otterspool promenade.
It really is beautiful, isn't it? I think it would surprise a lot of people that we're actually walking in Liverpool now.
Yes. Well, visitors to Liverpool are quite often charmed with the place. When Charles Dickens came to Liverpool, he described it as that rich and beautiful port. And John Masefield, the poet, said it was lovely in all weathers.
It's the only city I can think of that has its own particular dialect.
But you see, this goes back a long time to when there were the 7 lost tribes of Liverpool, the 7 lost tribes, and when the town planners came in, when at one time the town planners seemed to favour demolition more than replacing places. Now it's getting better now. They are building some very beautiful places. But at one time there were the 7 lost tribes. They sent one lot out to Skemersdale. They didn't want to go, but they went. Another lot went out to Runcorn, Kirby, and all these places became very sort of colonies of Liverpool. And didn't always get a good name. They said in one of those places, if you saw a cat with a tail, it was a tourist. And each tribe has its own dialect. For instance, the very posh people in Crosby and over the water, they say, "Where are you working, Mary?" Whereas the people in the south end of Liverpool here, they say, all right, bigot. Get down there and get us one of those furry coats. They have Judies with fur hair. This is our own language. We even have our own words. Like, if I said to you, if you had a Judy down a jigger, and this fella came along and he was bevied, so this scuffer came along and took him away. Okay?
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Well, you were with this young lady and you were doing a spot of courting, and this gentleman came along who was inebriated. So a policeman came along and escorted him to the police station. So there. And Liverpool is a very beautiful city if you know where to look. And we've got some lovely beauty spots and some fine architecture. Here, for instance, we have our own column, the Duke of Wellington. The Duke of Wellington, who in 1600 and something, at the Battle of Fazakerley, repulsed the 44th Mounted Wimpys. The Duke of Wellington was also responsible for a very famous piece of equipment that no self-respecting Liverpudlian would be without. His wellies. St George's Hall, 16 Corinthian columns, 60 feet high, supporting the facade. It started off as a bush shelter, but it just got a bit out of hand.
And why the Earl of
Bill Shankly? Is it? Is it?
Is.
The Earl of Beaconsfield?
Yes.
I always thought it was Mr. Shankly. You'd be surprised. We learn something every day.
Ken, what sort of life does Liverpool have in the evenings after the shops are shut and the factories closed?
Entertainment, well, we've got 5 theatres. 5 theatres, the Royal Court, Empire, the Playhouse, the Neptune and the Everyman. We have lots of theatre clubs like the Wookey Hollow, dance halls, pubs. And up here we have the Beacon. This is the Liverpool Beacon with the revolving restaurant at the top. It revolves around. That's for people who are too lazy to stir their tea. And if you get a good seat in the revolving restaurant, you can get a better overcoat. It's the world's largest lamppost. The dogs queue up for miles around here.
That's the Philharmonic behind us.
That's the Philharmonic. That's the Philharmonic pub and dining rooms. Over the road is the Philharmonic Hall, where the Liverpool Royal Philharmonic Orchestra play. And this is very interesting, because this street here, this is Hope Street. Hope Street, and it's a very good name really, because right at the very end of the street is a cathedral.
Now that's the Metropolitan Cathedral, the Catholic
Yes, that's the Roman Catholic Cathedral, sometimes affectionately known as the Mersey Funnel. The Mersey Funnel at the other end of the street, here we have the Anglican Cathedral. And so there you have two cathedrals joined by a street called Hope. Two religions joined by a street called Hope.
Yes, of course, a lot of people still don't believe there is a real place called Knotty Ash in Liverpool.
Not of course! It's absolutely discombobulating. We're in it. There's the church, where I sang in the choir until they found out where the noise was coming from. Over there is the Broken Biscuit Repair Works. And only this morning, talk about exports booming, we've discovered a new marmalade seam in the Jambutti mines.
Yes, all right, Ken, but there aren't any Diddy men, are there?
There aren't any Diddy men?
No.
Nationwide. And he wants to see Diddy men. Diddy men? Okay, Diddy men, here there, boys! There they are, the famous Diddy men from Knotty Ash.